Let's see.
He thinks Derek's accurate. That might be an issue.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Pink Slips ball review, where we do ball reviews a little different. We have some fun, and the low score of this match will be losing their bowling ball to one of you, one of our subscribers that comments on this video. So make sure you comment down below, make sure you're subscribed. I'd also recommend hitting that bell for alerts on this video, because we will be commenting the winner 7 days after we post this video. So if you do get commented, you do win. You have a couple days to reply, but you want to make sure you don't miss that. Today we are doing the 900 Global Eternity Pie, and our bowlers up first is going to be our customer Mark Myers. Has 5,300 games, 15,800 games, and a regional title. Been bowling two-handed way before it was popular, but has gotten much better over the years. And up next is our Pro Shop operator, Derek Acuff, 52,300 games. Just recently had one actually with this bowling ball, 2,800s and one regional title. He's going to be our Pro Shop tech. And then lastly, we got Kyle King, Eagle winner, junior and adult Team USA, many honor scores as well. He's going to be our 900 Global Storm Rotogrip staffer. So also don't forget, in the Pink Slip ball reviews, every single player gets one distraction that they can use. They can do anything they want to distract their opponent. They cannot get in the way of their physical delivery or anything like that. They get one distraction each. Let's get into our pre-match.
All right, Derek, we are testing the Eternity Pie. Who do you think loses their ball, and what do you think that low score is going to be?
Ooh, loser today. First of all, we're going to throw a lot of strikes at this one. We've gotten to test it a little bit, and I think it's really good. I'm going to say that Kyle loses his Eternity this morning. The ball hooks a lot, and he throws it a smidge slower than both of us, so I think he may get into trouble where it just hooks too much. I still think we strike a lot. Low score is going to be about, I'm going to say 105 is going to be the losing score.
And what do you think your score is going to be?
I like this ball a lot. We're going to throw a little confidence out there and say we finally get our first perfect game.
All right, Kyle, we are testing the Eternity Pie today. Who is losing their ball, and what do you think that low score is going to be?
Me and Mark are going to try and take the lefty down, so hopefully we can do that. I don't know what the low score will be. Probably right around like 110-ish or so, like that, I would say. I mean, last time I bowled this, it was around like 100, so I think they're going to be right around 110 for this low score.
And do you want to predict your own score for the viewer?
We'll go 129. Won't go too high, but we'll go 129.
Right on, humble man. All right, Mark, we're testing the Eternity Pie today. What do you think is the low score, and who's bowling that low score?
Ooh. Well, we're at a different center today, so we're going to hope Derek on the left side isn't as good as it is at Union Hills. And 117 is going to be the low score.
It's an interesting one. And what's your score going to be?
129.
Right on, man. Thanks.
We are going to determine who picks the order of the match. Since it's a 5-frame match, this is a fairly big deal, because you determine who gets to finish the match first and start the match. So the key here is high count gets to pick.
When I say
if
go,
there's a
then
tie,
go,
then whoever hits the pins first gets the tiebreaker. So there's the strategy of, do you just throw it down there really fast to hit the head pin first, or do you really try and strike? We got 2 strikes. We might have to go to replay on that. Who hit the pins first?
Was it me?
You finished first, I think. It was like,
who hit the pins first? Mark. All right, Mark.
I'll start.
Mark, I think Mark hit the pins first. Yeah, he had a crumpler.
I think he got it. I think he released it first and he threw it harder.
Yeah. I think Mark actually hit his strike finished last. Yeah. It was like 12 on the deck, but Mark's going to determine the order and then we'll get started. All right, guys, we are underway. Mark won the roll-off thing by very slim margins. He's going to get us started here in the left lane. So a little strong. Do you guys feel like the ball is a little strong right now for these conditions, or is it pretty good, Kyle?
I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, we're going to break them down really quickly because this ball does take a lot of oil off the lane in general, and me and Mark both have pretty high rev rates, so could be just seeing a little transition. But I think this ball is pretty versatile. I've used it here, getting pretty far left with it, and it seems to still get around the corner enough, so it's pretty good. I think it's fine for this.
Yeah.
Right now.
And Derek, you had a 300. Was it out of the box? How many games did you have with this before you shot 300 with it?
It was game 2. So I think I started like spare, like a couple in a row, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel it here, and then got everything dialed in the second game, and they were absolutely no doubters. It just ran over the rack.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing the same thing as Kyle. Super versatile. I can throw it like on a ton of stuff, whether there's a lot of volume or really not even that much, just because it's like good.
Well, let's see if Kyle's score matches his energy for the ball. Oh. Kyle, do they know this is your house? I think you forgot to tell them.
That's why I leave it.
So for the viewers, last video we were at Union Hills, which is Derek's main house. He operates the pro shop there. Kyle, I don't even know if Kyle bowls league here. Does Kyle bowl league here very much?
I think so.
Well, but he does operate the pro shop here, so he does see a lot of balls go down the lane here.
Could have missed that.
But in a
He's already hoping for it.
yeah,
I thought only lefties were supposed to leave that.
I assume you like that off your hand.
That was a really good one. Nothing new there. Nothing
Yeah.
new there. Been dealing with that for a minute.
Mark, have you had much time with this ball?
I have not. This is the first little bit I've thrown it, but it's strong, but I can definitely see what they say and like end up throwing it on a lot of things, especially once the lane shines a little bit.
Let's see what Derek has here. We still, speaking of Derek having 300 out of the box with this, we still have yet to have a perfect 150 game. So try and fix the angle here. There we go. You guys have to get close to me. I showered, I swear. All right, so Mark's up. What do you guys think so far of the match? It seems like they're not too hard.
Nah, they're pretty easy. It's a house shot. They're pretty fresh. So this pair is a little bit wonky, just being on the end pair, but they're pretty good right now.
How's the left?
The left is always good.
What are the conditions like here compared to Union?
There's much more oil here in comparison to Union Hills. So you can actually get a lot of value out of the stronger balls like this one. In comparison to where at Union Hills they really like to burn up and just die, unfortunately, just because they're much higher friction.
Sure, yeah, makes sense. Everyone thought this was going to be a high-scoring match, so I think Mark needs to get going here.
They're going to throw a couple in a row for sure.
Ah, there we go. See how Kyle can respond here. So Derek, before we started filming, had a little bit more fear in losing his bowling ball he was talking to me about than he did when we were at Union. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've gotten to throw this ball. I drilled it on Thursday, so almost a week ago, and I've thrown nothing but it since. 300, 800 out of the box, won a tournament with it over the weekend. I don't want to lose it. It's really good.
Yeah. It's Kyle.
10 back.
Got the 7 out.
They always say the thing, you can just drill another one, but there's no guarantee it's going to roll like the first
Same.
one, so
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
never know.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle, that was pretty crisp.
Amazing.
Do you have any difference between the two lanes?
2 is always tighter. 2 has got like a hang spot to the right, just from bowling here so much. So 2 is definitely the tightest lane in the entire building. At least if like every lane had the exact same amount of oil on it, that would be the tightest lane for sure. It feels like you got like it's usually right around like 6-7 down lane, about like 40 feet. Has like just a little bit of a wiggle spot. Doesn't matter what ball it is either. Just
Derek can keep it going. He really wants to keep his ball.
He's not worried.
He really wants to keep the ball. He is right. As a pro shop guy for a long time, even if you drill the same ball, you never know if it's going to roll the same. So we'll go to you, Derek. Did you throw this out of the box or any lane, any surface adjustments?
I have had to scuff it twice to get it back to the same surface out of the box.
Okay.
For me, I just see it shine just a little fast.
Okay.
So you just got to maintain it really, really well.
See if Mark can keep up with you guys. Ooh, nine could have 9 pinned. So it sounds like you preferred a little duller and have had to keep it dull.
Absolutely.
Mark, did you throw this out of the box surface?
Yes, this is out of the box.
Got it. Yeah, we'll ask Kyle when he gets back. The surface thrown at and the surface maintained at are always important things to keep in mind. A lot of times people will get a ball, throw a ball, and never touch the surface. And even though they purchase 3 different performing bowling balls, if they're all at the same surface finish with that lane shine on it, they can all perform a lot more similar. Let's see.
That was a good one. He had that hang spot he was talking about right there.
Yeah, I think I'm normally a pretty technical person, and I like to have all of the kind of information, but I've never liked to know what pairs are hard or easy or anything like that, lanes, because I feel like it gets in your head one way or the other. And I like to just go into everything with an open mind, but I also am not nearly as good as these guys. So to each their own. So Kyle, you were talking about that lane being tight. Did you feel like that lane was tight, or do you feel like it got in your head that it was tight, or?
No, I just know it is.
Oh, it is
like
just
yeah,
as
yeah.
tight.
It's consistent like that.
Yeah.
Just bowling here.
So
Yeah, I
you
got it
do you
to
feel like
one
you have
spot
to?
I didn't want it to.
Oh, got it.
I didn't quite get my hand through it the right
Oh,
way.
we have a distraction here. Let's see what Mark is going to do. I think.
Timing.
Oh wow. Wow, and he struck. That was really loud. We may have to pay to repair that approach. Also, kudos to you for getting us set up here at Zone Glendale. We were curious. Do you bowl league here?
I don't bowl league here because none of the leagues start late enough. But I sub. Like I work here 6 days a week, so last thing I want to do is bowl league here, unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
But I sub all the time. Like,
I totally understand. I can relate to that. Oh God, what is it?
oh God.
You better hurry up and get
Don't
out there.
drop it.
Hopefully Kevin got the clip of Derek with the garbage can. That was pretty funny to watch him walk up. So far, 0 for 2 on distractions. Kyle's in a strong spot now. He's down in the match, but he is the only one left with the distraction.
I wanted that trash can to be a little louder.
Yeah, you needed like
I need to like pop the top off
The
it.
Astros trash can.
Yeah. When you went up there, Kyle was like, I hope he isn't going to drop that. And I was
That
like, yeah, I
was
hope
a
so
little
too. I don't want us to get a bill from Bolero. All right, Kyle, I think got a strike here with both of you guys on 3-baggers. Looks pretty good. Ooh. This is interesting, Derek. In the pre-match, you talked a little bit about the ball being kind of strong and Kyle's rev rate being kind of high. And so far, I mean, every ball rep person sees ball reaction differently. But sometimes when a ball's kind of burning up, you'll see it catch early sometimes, and then sometimes miss it. Or if it catches it just right, it'll kind of burn up a little bit at the end. Do you think that's what we're seeing in Kyle's ball reaction, or just bad shots, or?
I just think he's getting tapped.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 7-pin twice. The first one wasn't nearly as bad as that one, but this one just absolutely blew apart the rack. He's just getting tapped.
Yeah. Mark?
Yeah, I think the same thing. Couple bad breaks. I mean, he can really realistically have the first 3, or I mean 4 even, if he gets that shaker forepin to fall forward.
See, there you go. See it differently. They just see it as taps. Me, I like to analyze everything, even bad carry.
Here we go.
But, Kyle's going to be using his distraction. It's the last one left. I'm not sure we've seen all distraction used by almost frame 9, so. Oh, let's see.
He thinks Derek's accurate. That would be an issue. Wide.
Oh, he at least got him to not strike. It definitely was further left.
Oh, yeah.
At least you still have an ankle.
So Kyle,
Spots where you wouldn't hit it.
I got a question. So we were talking a little bit about, do you feel like do you view the recent hits as just bad carry and you shake it off, or do you see anything more into the ball motion and if the ball's burning up or too strong for you in the lane conditions?
It's
or?
both. Like you can't let it affect you, but like understanding why you're leaving those hits is important. Like for me, it's just that my speed's just a little too firm for the angle I'm playing. That's all it really comes down to. So like that's why the one wiggles in the one on the right lane, and that's why that one doesn't read it quick enough and go around the corner in the right manner for that shot. So
did you feel like the 4-pin early on was just too soft then?
I didn't 4-pin. I 7-pin.
Or 7-pin, yeah. sorry.
No, the 7-pin
one
was
was just a
good,
bad
but I
break.
still had to make a move because it checked early, and that, and then after that, I made it too fast, and then the other one was a little too fast as well.
Got it.
So
got
just
it.
12-pin too fast.
That makes sense.
It's a sprint. It's hard. It's
It
hard
is,
with the
yeah,
sprint.
it's a hard format.
Seal the deal.
Oh.
Good low shot, right?
Least amount of time with the bowling ball Mark has.
I know.
Forgot it was a 10.
Yeah. You guys have any thoughts, philosophy on that? Like, do you think you come in with an advantage or disadvantage having more time with the ball?
Definitely disadvantage not throwing it, especially the big, strong ones. They hook a lot. You don't know exactly how much they're going to hook. For me, this ball is probably pretty close to like a gem reality. You got to throw them a little bit. But
For sure.
he throws it really fast, so it makes sense. God, he beat us.
They won. Winner, winner.
Unreal.
Kyle, you think same thing? Definitely an advantage to be able to throw it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, knowing what the ball's doing definitely gives an advantage. Although this has proven the opposite. So
Yeah, I mean it's anecdotal. It's just I try to find stuff to talk about in here. If you guys have any ideas, questions that you're thinking when you're watching this, comment them down below. Help me out here. I don't know what I'm doing. So Ports, I think this might be the high score. This isn't obviously.
I think it is.
Oh, he tried to get 4. All right. Yeah. What do we got here? You can get to 129. He can get to 09.
He can get to 09. I got 29.
So, yeah. Like you said, he's got a sheet just to force you to mark, right? Ports. I think that's our high pink slip score ever.
Is it?
I believe so. We'll have to check and look, but I think so.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
We're
do you,
aiming for 150.
do you, yeah. Do you like the ball so far?
So far, I really like it. I'm a big fan of those ASIMs that slow down on friction and blend out when they get wet dry, but still hooking the puddle.
Let's see. Kyle needs them all here. See if it's the speed he likes. Came back. So I know you like the reality a lot, if I remember correctly. This is kind of in that same zone. How do you feel like it compares to the reality?
I would say it's a little sooner, not as quick off of the spot and the friction, a little slower off of it. I could see me using it in a lot more volume and then going like into a reality when you have to open up your angles a little bit more.
Okay, that's great. That's good to know. Let's see if he needs this one. He hasn't really had a convincing one yet. This is a tough format. I mean, nothing against you guys. Kyle is the more accomplished bowler, but both times, in 5 frames, and in bowling, the pins don't care what you've done in the past. They don't. You gotta show up every time. Derek just has to.
This one.
Derek just has to stay alive. There's the ball. Kyle, how are you feeling after 2 of these? How do you feel about the video process, and the ball review, and losing your ball, especially now that you're on the losing end? You're like, never going to do these again.
Never. No, it's fun. Like we briefed on the last time I did one of these, is that it's always fun to try and get into this mode really quickly, like to having to strike, like having to double intent to hopefully keep your ball, something you don't get to do very often.
Yeah.
I didn't come through this time, did last time, so it's all good.
Cool. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think it is a great.
Well, it's a lot of fun.
If you can create ways to manufacture pressure, which is hard to do when you haven't paid a tournament entry fee or you haven't set the stage perfectly. Do you feel a little nerves? Do you feel like it's good for that too, Mark?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime, especially with this quick format, the 5 frames, like every shot matters that much more, and it's just so hard to get that feeling without paying a couple $100 and being on the line for that.
Also, if you like a more kind of technical, to-the-point ball review where it's just focused on comparing balls, these 3 guys will be doing a comparisons ball review on the same ball, so you can check that out. I'm going to hand it over to Mark, our winner. He's going to do the final recap, take over the booth.
So, final thoughts. What do you think of this ball?
For me, this ball is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I've thrown this ball a lot over the course of the last week, and I just can't put it down. I'm a huge fan of the balls that are big ASIMs and they got white in them, just from history. The lock, the critical theory. You can even throw the Crux Prime in there. I was a huge fan of that one. it fits right in that realm. Like we said, it's a little earlier than like a reality, but doesn't jerk like the reality does when it sees the spot. It's so good.
That's exactly what I see from it. Just what you said with the reality. Perfect ball up from it when you need it to be a little slower, especially on like the medium patterns when the reality's a little too quick on it. Kyle, unfortunately, you're on the losing end of it this time.
It happens.
Well, what do you think?
I think the ball is great. I think that it's going to be a great complement in that higher performance, solid realm. It's like they were saying earlier about a comparison to a reality, very similar. It's got a little bit of a smoother reaction down lane, it seems. Mine's a little quicker than I thought it was going to be, but I can get a little more left than I thought I could before drilling it. So it's definitely got that similar type of reaction to a reality, just a little bit stronger, I would probably say.
Well, now you got a chance to drill another one. Do something different.
I get a fresh one now.
There we go.
Fresh one.
There we go. Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. Check it out. Hit like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
Bye, guys.
make sure you comment down below.
Like, comment, subscribe, do it
Everything. Do it.
now.